Second and final day of competition here on Saturday at the 2026 Arnold Strongman Classic. And we start with a new challenge to this competition. Glad you're with us, everybody, here in Columbus, Ohio. I'm Sean Woodland with Kristen Rhodes and Lawrence Chalet. After 3 events, it is close on top of the overall standings as Austin Andrade and Mitch Hooper are neck and neck with 23.5 points. Then there's a battle for third taking place behind them as Trey Mitchell is trying to hold off just about everybody else in the field. He's only 2 points up on Lucas Hatton, and Martins Litzis, a former Arnold champion, is lurking just 2.5 points back in 5th place. Still anybody's game here.
Yeah, I mean, what a day one from Austin Andrade. We're on to day 2. That battle in the middle for me is so exciting. 12.5 to 16.5 points between 5 athletes. This is the event that, again, nobody's sure about what's going to happen. There's a lot of nervous strongmen right there from first place to last place. Nobody knows. We've not seen it before. You can see them all warming up right now, trying to figure this thing out. And the advantage is the fact that those athletes that can go later and watch those early athletes, they're going to pick up little tips.
The stone drag is relatively simple. You've got to carry 2 very heavy stones, the Denny stones, to the sled, load them, then drag that sled backwards 35 feet to the finish, and you got to do it all inside of 2 minutes.
Yeah, we saw that 2 minutes for the women. It goes around fast. This is a painful event. Those stones are going to be smashing into the legs, and then you need that leg power when it comes to the drag. It's very well put together. The organizers trying to really destroy these athletes. Lots of power needed. The endurance factor going to be super, super important. We saw with the women, that drag, once you get to that halfway point, it starts getting excruciatingly painful, and then it's just about how much you have left. Determination, and how much do you want that title?
Plenty of objects out there and a lot of weight as well. The Denny stones are 415 and 319 pounds respectively. So total of 734 pounds. The sled then by itself is more than 1,200 pounds. And then when the thing is fully loaded, it's almost a ton that you're pulling across the floor.
Yeah, I cannot wait to just sit back and watch. I kind of like watching these guys suffer.
Yeah.
We're going to go in reverse order of the overall standings. So rookie Andrew Burton is going to be out first, and then the overall leaders will close things out as Austin Andrade is going to be the last man to go.
A much bigger weight disparity between those 2 stones than we saw with the women. They're only 10 pounds for the women, almost a 100-pound difference this time round. That does make a side-by-side carry so much more awkward. I don't expect we're going to see many of these athletes try that. The effective route that we've seen has been to carry one at a time. Seems to save a little bit more energy and save the hands when it comes to the drag.
And we saw early on with the women, we saw them many different, they both carried it, or they just carried one, or they just duck walked, or they carried it halfway, both of them, and then they duck walked. So it'll be interesting to see what the men do here, to see if they have any adaptations on the fly as well.
Andrew Burton is setting up to carry side by side.
Andrew Burton won the 2025 Arnold Strongman Pro-Am to earn his spot here.
Now, one thing that's interesting to point out, we've done the stones on their own before. The distance they have to carry this is 35 feet. The only athlete out of these that's ever gone 35 feet carrying the stones is Mitch Hooper. Thor Bjornsson's the only other person that's managed that distance as well. No one else has ever carried these stones that far. So this is a brave attempt for the rookie, Andrew Burton. And he's trying to show that maybe day 1 wasn't great, but he has an amazing grip, and already he's moving pretty well with these stones. This is very impressive.
And now he's going to go right to the duck walk.
That's the right tactic. Andrew is moving well through this. Nice load. So hard being the first person. We saw that with Jackie Ochevsky on the women's side. Oh, he managed to stay up there. This is impressive. Just got to save that energy, though. There's still a minute and a half to go. And this drag is where it's going to be won and lost.
And remember, for the scoring, if you were not with us for the women, you get 1 rep credited for each stone that you load, and then 1 rep for every 5-foot increment that you complete on the pull.
Moving.
Little steps.
Burton moving pretty well here.
This is good.
He's not even halfway through his allotted time, approaching the halfway point.
Small steps. Keep leaning back and keep driving with those legs. Oh, man, it's so painful.
You just see when that lactic acid kicks in and they just start getting a little slower, a little more jerky. Just keep that thing moving.
He's dragging 1,952 pounds. That's 885 kilos.
That's a lot of weight.
Andrew's a very fit man. He's a firefighter, needs to keep fit for his job. So that could be an advantage here. Still got just over 30 seconds to keep trying to... There we go. That's good.
There we go.
Now that was better. He leant back a little bit more. Although he slipped, you could see the speed increase. He needs to go for that again, a couple more times. Try to keep getting past those red markers. There's another one. Can he get one more point? Come on, Andrew.
10 seconds to go for Burton.
That's a fabulous...
And he is out of gas. What a great effort from the rookie who, once he figured out that lean, really got that thing moving well.
I actually think that is a good performance on this.
It's fantastic.
It's very, very hard being the first up. But guys are going to watch that and they're going to be worried.
6 points, so Burton got 2 stones loaded and then was able to complete 4 of those 5-foot increments on the floor. And then they will measure to the back of the sled for tie break purposes. There's a white mark that they're measuring from. You can see a small white mark right there on the floor. That's where the back of the sled starts. They measure from that white mark to the back of the sled for the distance.
Used every tactic there. Went for the side-by-side carry first, went into the duck walk, and gave everything on the drag.
Yeah, that was a great performance by Andrew.
Spoke to Andrew last night. He was disappointed in day one, but he did absolutely brilliantly. He got a PB on the deadlift, and he is against the very best of the best in the world. Winning the amateur Arnolds last year, the Pro-Am, is how he got his position here, and he wants to fight to be invited again. He's putting on a fantastic show.
So Nick Guardione will be the next man out.
Making his second Arnold Strongman Classic. Another former winner of the Pro-Am show, which is how he qualified last year for the Arnolds.
His best finish was a tie for 5th in the Searbell Challenge yesterday.
Looking bigger and stronger than ever. Training partner of current leader Austin Andrade. But a great athlete as well. And this could be a good event for Nick.
He'll need that explosiveness on that sled drag. Now the question is, how quickly can you get those stones loaded? And it looks like he's going to start off with that duck walk.
Ready? See how wide the men have to stand. These stones are really wide. Uncomfortable grip position. Oh, his hand just slipped there. Safely on this time.
He's moving good.
He carried the heavier one first.
He did.
Probably a smart decision.
Both stones loaded for Guardione. That's good for 2 reps. And now he's got 90 seconds to get that sled across the finish line. And Guardione's moving well here to start.
Yeah, this is moving really nicely. Good steps. There goes the belt. We saw that tactic from Andrew Burton as well. The problem is those belts are restrictive and you can't get air in, so they're trying to ditch them and get some air back in, get some blood around the body.
Less than a minute to go. Guardione past the halfway point. 1 rep for every one of those red marks that he gets the front of the sled past.
Just trying to get a bit of recovery time. He's got time to keep getting past those markers. That's good.
Moving good. It's so hard when your legs are just so full of blood and you just can't You just can't stand up.
How do
falling.
you describe it? It is like legs just go to jelly, don't they?
Yeah,
It's like they don't
jelly.
belong to you anymore.
Yeah, and your feet don't want to move.
Your brain is telling them to go, but they just
don't
no,
go.
we can't.
You ever sit on the toilet for too long and get like pins and needles in your legs and suddenly you stand up and you fall over?
Similar.
Most people probably haven't experienced that, but it's quite common for strongmen. He's so close to that rib mark, he's gone past it, goes into the lead.
That's a big rep.
Big effort there by Nick Guardione, well done.
That was a great job.
About 7 feet shy of getting across the finish line, but Guardione credited with 7 reps. The 2 stones loaded and 5 of the 5-foot increments completed. And he's your leader now with 7 men remaining.
And you can just see just how brutal this event is.
Well, these two are probably 2 of the fittest athletes in the lineup, and they are exhausted. And it's going to have an interesting knock-on to the log, which is the next event. He gave it absolutely everything there.
Guardione starting off with the duck walk and did himself a lot of favors with that tactic because he had 90 seconds to try to complete that pull, and he needed all of it.
Small mistake there, but he recovered very well. And it was probably a smart choice going to the heavy stone first. Started off really nicely with that drag.
Then
You just hit that brick wall. That's what happens on this event.
2 men down, 7 remaining. Guardione, your leader, with 7 completed reps. And Tom Evans will be the next man out. Evans in 7th place overall, had his best finish in the Sear Bell Challenge, tied for 5th. He's a guy who is no stranger to pushing sleds, given his experience as a college football player, and he actually had a brief stint in the NFL.
Very powerful man.
He was at training camp with the Green Bay Packers back in 2017. But pulling sleds is
a little
a whole
different.
different thing.
Pulling sleds after carrying these stones, something different entirely. I think this is going to be a common theme now, watching the first few athletes go. I think we're going to see most of these guys duck walk these stones.
It definitely seems to be a much quicker approach.
Yes.
Evans has the first stone loaded.
He almost lifted that a little bit too high, didn't he?
I think he didn't quite expect it, the other one being heavier. Yeah.
The weights aren't too extreme, but it's just the awkwardness of these implements. I've seen guys carry much, much heavier, but that's on weights,
Right.
you know, that are a bit nicer to carry. These, they scar up the legs, they'll cut the inside of the thighs, and they rock around from side to side.
Well, Evans has got it moving. It was sort of shimmying side to side there to start, but now he's got it straightened out and making some steady progress here as we approach the 1 minute mark. 2 total minutes here in the window.
Steady progress. He's got a bit more body weight than the first 2 athletes. Let's get some air back in.
And he ditched
That's
the belt
a good-
right off the bat.
Yeah, that was a good big drive there. Needs a few more of them. The problem is you want to recover, but the time ticks away. Needs to keep moving. You can see how brutal this is. I know I laugh, but it's like a nervous giggle. I'm worried about these guys.
Final 30 seconds for Evans.
And you can see he's just absolutely spent.
And that's the hard part too. Once your body, your lactic acid's built up and you're just trying to breathe, and you're trying to breathe on top of breathing, it's just really hard to get
15
those things
seconds.
moving again.
Yep.
Yeah. There we go.
Manages to match Andrew Burton.
And that is going to do it for Tom Evans. But 6 reps, and now we'll come down to the total distance here as far as the tiebreak is concerned.
So far, no finishers. We had 5 finishers on the women's side. I think we might have less on the men's.
That's tough.
A great effort for Evans. He's on his feet. As they get the official measurement on the distance.
He's got jello legs. It's going to be interesting, like you said, how this plays out on the log.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what they'll have left after this. I like to stay positive, but I don't think we'll see any records on the log today. It's going to be about winning competition.
Well, it's not only about the day. I mean, everything they went through yesterday.
Absolutely. Order of events makes a big difference.
Huge.
It's something I have with a lot of athletes when I train them. I purposely try to make them lift in a fatigued state. And they'll say, oh, can I not change the program around because I felt tired? You get to shows like this, you're going to be lifting tired, and that's something that's important to develop through your training.
Do they ever come back and thank you for that?
Only when it comes to comp and they do well.
Yeah.
They don't do well, it's your fault.
Always.
Always.
Well, Bryce Johnson is up next. Johnson comes in tied for 5th place with Martins Litzis with 14 points. He's got 2 third-place finishes.
And he's got 2 big advantages. One is height, and the other is body weight. When it comes to that drag, that body weight is important.
Yeah, finished 3rd in the elephant bar deadlift with a lift of 951 pounds, and then 3rd in the stone to shoulder. But it's the tie for 8th in the Sear Bell Challenge, and now has him looking to move up the overall standings and into striking distance of a podium spot. And Johnson moving well here on the first stone.
He's carrying it lengthways, but he's got long enough legs to do so.
Or we saw the other two had it spun the other way.
Yeah. Wide those legs are, each step almost at the edge of the mat.
So far, right around 30 seconds is the time the athletes have needed to load those stones. That was close. And now Johnson will get set to get to work on the drag. He's shedding the belts.
Yeah, he looks like he's still got some energy as well. Now the extra body weight should help. Now drive hard with the legs. Don't be afraid to lean back. Oh, he's just moving side to side. Needs to keep it straight. That's better.
Now he's moving. 1 rep for every red mark he passes with the front of that sled.
Loads of time.
Now halfway through the 2-minute window. And Johnson to continue to make good steady progress here. He's within 10 feet.
He could finish. We could see our first finisher.
He's just got to get the front past that red
Use
line.
that weight now. Just lean back.
Johnson with about 3 feet to go.
He's going to finish. Come on.
And he's looking to be the first finisher here in event 4. And Bryce Johnson is in. 132.58 unofficially for Bryce Johnson to take the lead here in event 4.
Fantastic.
Very, very
Great
good
performance.
Johnson took a little bit longer than the prior athletes to load these things, but obviously it did not matter.
No, and that might be a good tactic. Just control that stone a little bit more, save a little bit more energy for the drag. This was very, very good.
And once he got it moving, he really just kept it steady. You didn't see him taking any breaks. Yeah, he did a great job.
These helpers deserve a round of applause. They put so much work in to making things run as smoothly as possible. And they do more lifting than anyone all weekend.
And they were out here earlier, going through the event, making sure they knew exactly where everyone needed to be. And they do great work here at the Arnold Strongman Classic. We certainly appreciate their efforts. As Martins Litzis, the Dragon, is out on the floor. And we talked about this at the top of the show. If it had not been for 2 misses in the deadlift, he might be in the top 3 right now.
Very much so. Yeah, I love seeing that he's back, but he made a big rookie mistake for someone that's so experienced on that deadlift. However, the big performance on the stone to shoulder has pulled him back into contention, and now it's a new day. He's got to fight hard and show why he's come back.
Now, he had back-to-back 7th place finishes to start the competition. And then he got things on track in the stone to shoulder. He took 2nd place in that event.
Final instructions from the referee, and we're away. He's moving rapidly fast, but goes down, trying to move as quick as he can. A bit rickety and all over the place, but he's moving quick.
Inside 10 seconds to get that first stone loaded.
The only thing is, being that rickety, it may drain him as we get to the drag. I mean, that's 3 or 4 times he's fallen down. The time is still fast, but how much energy does he have now?
That's the fastest we've seen those 2 stones loaded, and now here is the key to the event. And Lietzies has this thing moving pretty well.
Good step so far, and he's got so much time. The fit athlete. He's going well. If he can keep this moving, he could well go into the lead.
Lietzies is 10 feet away.
Nice, come on. He's still moving well. The endurance factor has not caught up with him. Fitness is good.
Final couple of feet for Martins Lietzies, looking to set the time to beat.
Oh,
he's still got 20 seconds.
Oh, he's still got time, but the legs are going all over. He just needs to lean back. He's not moving. Is it going to move? He's so
got
close.
To get the front of that across, and it is just on the
agonizing.
outside.
Look at the legs.
And he's in, and I think he may have done it.
Look at that.
Unofficially by 0.4 seconds, Martins Lietzies with the top time.
What an effort. I mean, he was blistering, absolutely blistering at the start, but he was very all over the place. You could see at the end those legs are just completely blown up. Luckily, he is a very fit athlete and just about got himself into first place. It could have been a fantastic time. He was so close to being just over a minute.
Well, right now, Martins Lietzies has the top time in the event, but it was just, I don't know if reckless is the right word, but just not under control to start.
Reckless is the perfect word, but he's got so much power and he's a very fit athlete, and it almost paid off. I mean, he's put himself into first place, but like I said, it could have been maybe 20 seconds faster. So far, though, he's where he wants to be. It's very, very difficult having that much time off and coming back into a show like this. You kind of do have a bit of ring rust. Sometimes it's a good idea to get a competition out of the way. And I hope we see Martin stay in strongman for another year or two and really getting back to his very best, because he's not far away at all. It was just little mistakes that you wouldn't expect from prime Martins.
Now, Lucas Hatton is going to be the next man out. Hatton in 4th place all by himself with 14.5 points. He was tied for first in the Searbell Challenge. It's his best finish of the competition so far, but coming off an 8th place in the stone to shoulder.
The stone to shoulder didn't go to plan for Lucas, but started the show well with a PB on the deadlift. As he said, fantastic on the dumbbell, which we expected. He's got the log to come as well. This is an interesting one. He's the shortest of our athletes, and he has huge legs.
He's huge legs.
I mentioned earlier with Bryce Johnson, body weight is important. He has body weight. He's actually kind of lost a little bit weight and got fitter, but he's a shorter athlete. I do kind of worry about these stones. However, tremendous leg power, tremendous pressing power, and I said he's improved his conditioning. He spent the last 90 or 100 days focusing on cardio, so he's put the work in to hopefully have the endurance when it comes to this drag. He's trying to make sure the sled is exactly set how he wants it.
This is his 2nd appearance at the Arnold Strongman Classic. He finished 2nd last year in his debut performance.
It's a show that he loves. Such a powerhouse.
And here goes Lucas.
Yeah, he's moving pretty well with this stone. Gets it up.
First stone loaded for Hatton. That'll be good for 1 rep.
Just those big legs get in the way. You can see how much power he's had, but he's having to lift this stone again and again and again, and this is not good. As we've seen when it comes to the drag, you want to have the energy. This is taking much more out of him, and it's going to be the slowest to load the stones so far.
319 pounds that he just keeps lugging down the floor, and now he's got to pull the sled. 1,952 pounds, 885 kilos. And he's keeping the belt on.
He's moving well.
Moving extremely well here.
That was a good start. He needs to dig deep. Time ticking away, still 50 seconds. There is time to get more distance, but he needs to attack it. He's trying to control that breathing. Good. Come on, Lucas. Just all those extra pickups that he's had to do. 2 minutes, you don't have time to recover. You really don't. And he's trying to dig deep, but the legs have just stopped working. Good little burst here. Keep it going.
20 seconds for Lucas Hatton. When you're Lucas Hatton right now, at what point do you think, hey, I'd maybe just shut it down and wait for the last?
With the log lifters to come, where he would expect to do well, but he is just spent.
Well, Hatton is going to wind up with 5 reps, so 2 stones loaded and then 3 5-foot increments completed on the pull.
And body shape, it's just so tough. His strength is his leg power, his shoulder power, his explosiveness, but he's a shorter athlete. And that's like Bryce Johnson had the space between the legs to carry it. He's almost trying to carry it out in front of him. So much harder on Lucas Hatton. Great effort, but just not the result that he wanted.
As you mentioned, Las, he was the slowest to get both stones loaded, and it wasn't necessarily the time, it was just the amount of effort that it took.
Very much so, the effort. I mean, look at this, it goes down, he started really well, but he goes down and then it was drop after drop. And just all those extra pickups make it harder and harder.
Three men remain. Trey Mitchell's going to be the next man out. Currently sits in 3rd place with 16.5 points. He's 7 back of both Andrade and Hooper, but trying to hold off a host of men behind him.
Trey, someone we always talk about as a favorite for big shows like this, such a powerhouse. Do you feel he's got the physique for this event?
I do. Yeah.
He's got height, he's got strength.
And I mean, he's not known for his grip strength at all, but I think being not so heavy on this, I think he's going to do well.
Agreed. And I think he must look at this and think, I favor this over the frame carry being in the show.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I think as long as he's solid with the stone carry, the drag should be good.
Absolutely, yeah. He's always really good at those events.
Again, a lot of objects out there that weigh a whole bunch. Those Denny stones, 415 and 319 pounds respectively. And then you load those onto the sled, and it's 1,952 pounds that they're pulling, 885.5 kilos.
And I have to think he's coming out here today with a fire under him after what happened yesterday in the deadlift.
Has to.
Mitchell is 5th in the deadlift, 926 pounds that he lifted. Here he goes. Off to a great start.
Quick.
Just keep it steady. There we go.
You notice a little bit different how he had his hands locked in. The other guys were carrying it. He's got a little bit different technique.
I think his hands are so big that he struggled to get
both of them in there. Yeah.
This is good.
He's doing good.
Rush. Just get this phase done and then give yourself a minute and a half on that drag.
Yeah, right around the average that we've seen so far. 30 seconds to get both stones loaded, so 1 rep for each of those. And now
he's got about 50 seconds to try and chase down the leading times.
Let's go, Trey.
Come on, Trey. Come on, Trey. You've got the body weight, you've got the leg strength. Use them, my boy. Come on. Do you reckon maybe the grip is causing him problems there?
He keeps adjusting his left hand.
He's looking at that hand. I spoke to his coach yesterday. They said he has had an issue with that hand recently.
And that thing is just not moving right now for Trey Mitchell.
This is not good. He's got the leg strength. He has the body weight, but there's just something that's stopping that. Maybe feeling that there's too much weight on the right-hand side of the sled. You mentioned that you would be focusing on keeping them in the middle.
Well,
now Lucas Hatton, who did not have the best performance, can still pick up points now on Trey.
This is devastating for Trey.
Martins Litzes as well can put himself into the top 3.
And Trey, you can see he's gone straight into the mat the wrong way now.
there we go.
Now it's starting to move for Trey Mitchell.
There we go.
Come on, Trey.
Come on. Keep moving. Keep moving.
10 seconds.
Come on. It's a bummer.
Not the result he wanted. Just have shows like that where it just doesn't go to plan, and it just seems to be happening for Trey. He looked amazing at the Rogue Invitational. I thought he was going to come into this show as a very heavy favorite. But you just sometimes just have those days where it just doesn't seem to go the way you planned, and it's hard to watch.
Well, that's a big gift for Litzes and Hatton. Now look at the official measurement. Again, they measure from where the back of the sled starts to where it finishes.
And I'll tell you who'll be watching this and thinking, this is good for me, Austin Andrade. He'll be thinking, I can beat these distances and times, and I can keep that pressure on the 3-time champion. He was pretty solid with this first stone. When he started the drag, I think it may have been angled.
I think the sled is just a little bit twisted.
But once he got it situated, he was able to move it, but you can see there's a lot more room on one side than the other, but he just spent too much time trying to get that thing situated. Now Mitchell Hooper is going to be the next man out. He's tied with Austin Andrade with 23.5 points, and he has won or finished first in 2 of the 3 events so far. He tied for first in the Searbell Challenge. And you can be absolutely certain that Mitchell Hooper has a precise plan on how he's going to attack this.
Mitch has set these stones up to carry them farmer's walk style.
Well, before this competition even started, when we were talking about this event, and you mentioned he's really the only man that has shown the capability to carry these in a farmer's carry 35 feet.
There's pressure on Mitch here because the real man he needs to watch is Austin Andrade. Austin and Mitch have a big lead over everyone else, so he'll want to apply that pressure. Austin was such a good day yesterday. Gets the advantage that he gets to go and watch everyone and come out last.
Now, there was a carry and drag event last year here, and Mitch took second place to Half-Thor, obviously not competing in 2026.
Yeah, we know Mitch has that consistency. He's always good at events.
Now, how much does duck walking with 2 hands versus carrying him with 1 hand, how much is that going to tax the grip for that drag?
This will tax his grip. I mean, he's going to probably carry these with a hook grip, which absolutely destroys your thumb. He must feel confident in his ability. I mean, he has walked this distance before. I think we will see him carry it a little bit, and then he'll switch to a duck walk.
He also dropped a piece of chalk about 2/3 of the way down the track.
I mean, look, he's moving ridiculously quickly through these stones. As someone that's carried these stones, very hard to move fast, and Mitch is motoring. This is very, very impressive.
He's going to have them both loaded inside, well inside 30 seconds.
And Mitch is being methodical in where he puts the stones. You mentioned that, Kristen. You would do the same.
Yep.
So he's got a minute to try and finish this drag ahead of our leading times.
90 seconds now to get to work on this pull.
Got it.
And now Mitch Hooper has it moving.
Such a heavy drag. You have to kind of stay patient and not panic. It can feel like it's not moving. You just got to keep those two-footed drives going. He is struggling with this, but it's moving. There you go. Now using those quads to drive, lean back and push with every step.
Hooper about 10 feet, maybe 15 feet away here.
Every mark that he goes past will apply pressure on Andrade. It looks like our leaders might be safe. He's trying a different tactic. I don't like this. That's not going to work, Mitch. You need to make sure you're holding both ends. And it has completely come to a grinding halt. He is trying everything. The man never gives up. I think you may well have called it there, where he where he carried them side by side. I think his hands have gone.
Yeah.
Well, Hooper's trying to get another rep in. If he can get the front of the sled past that next red line, he will pass Guardione.
That's not going to work either, Mitch.
He's just trying everything he possibly can.
You've got to give him credit for trying, but that's not going to work.
It's going to be hard to curl nearly a ton, but Hooper is now tied in reps with Guardione. It's going to come down to that final measurement to see where he winds up.
And you can see how brutal this event. Everyone has finished it on the floor, exhausted.
Brutal. Absolutely brutal.
Austin Andrade, as we saw on the women's side with AJ, he's going to have sat back and watched this and think, I've actually got a chance now to apply that pressure.
We've had some surprises today.
We have indeed.
Mitch Hooper tied for third place in the event right now, and we'll sit and wait to see what Austin Andrade will do.
Was it in the rules you couldn't sit down or you couldn't link your arms?
I think the only thing that was in the rules is you could not grip outside of the bar.
I don't think it makes too much difference because he didn't move it like that.
Right.
Like, you can't. It's a strategy. I don't know if it's a winning strategy.
It was a strategy. It was a bad strategy. I think it was desperation.
I would say that was desperation and panic. Absolutely. Yeah.
And I think maybe this is a case of just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Maybe had he gone with a duck walk, he saved some energy for the pull because he did have it moving pretty well.
I've carried those stones before, and I did the Dinny stones in Scotland. And after my attempt on that, I couldn't feel my thumb for a week. His hands would have been in excruciating pain carrying that distance then.
Yeah. You have to wonder how much did that affect him?
It clearly affected him.
No, well, clearly affected him, but had he duck walked, changed that
Maybe.
decision, how much would that have changed things? Can't go back.
Nope. I don't think it's a disaster, though. It depends what Austin does now.
Yeah.
If Austin goes and wins this, Austin is in the driving seat. It doesn't really matter about the guys that have beaten Mitch so much because they have drifted off from contention. But what matters is where Austin places. Does he place ahead of Mitch or behind?
Yeah, there are really two battles going on right now. Hooper and Andrade for the overall win, and then a bunch of guys fighting for that third spot on the podium.
Well, and they're still out there talking about that double arm situation.
So Austin Andrade
Austin
is coming off an event winning that stone to shoulder, and he's got everything inside the top three so far.
Yeah, Austin's performed so well. He's come into this the best I've ever seen him. He loves the Arnolds. I think he was fourth last year. At this show. And now he wants to come and win or at least get onto the podium.
Andrade did finish fourth in 2025. You saw Mitch Hooper maybe giving him a little bit of help there, pointing something out on the floor.
So Austin has the stones set to duck walk them.
And like you said, he's watched everybody go at this point. He knows exactly what to do. Watch what's worked, what hasn't worked, the tactics.
100%.
Yeah. You know, in his brain right now.
There's going to be nerves.
Yep.
but good nerves.
Well, you mentioned earlier, he just saw that. Like, now is my chance. I have a chance here to really separate myself.
Yeah, that door was just left open.
One more look at all the weights in the bottom left-hand part of your screen as Andrade is off to a good start on this first Indy stone.
Nice and steady. This is good. Really smooth with that duck walk. Loads it, no problem. Just trying to get it where he wants it. I like that he's not rushing because he has the body weight and leg strength to be good at the drag.
Well, and as you mentioned, he doesn't have to worry so much about those top 2 times. Those 2 men, Lietzies and Johnson, are not a threat to him right now.
Do you know, a lot of these guys will get in a bath or shower later and their legs will be scratched up from the stone. See then as he's walking, it's knocking into his skin. Right, he's got a good amount of time.
Minute 20 on the pull here. And it's wobbling a little bit, but now Andrade looks like he's got it sorted.
Starting to move with little steps. It's not going as well as he would like. I think Lissis could well be safe in first place. Now the question is, how far can Austin Andrade go? He's got 50 seconds, there's time. The legs are feeling it, the hands are feeling it, the lungs will be feeling it. Come on, Austin.
He's got to get past that next red mark and then some to beat Trey Mitchell.
Right now, this is not good. He wants to keep that pressure on Mitch. At the moment, he's in last position. He needs further. Doesn't need to worry about the winning times, but he needs to get as close to Mitch Hooper as he can.
Now he's got to go and go with a mixed grip and had some good momentum there, but just looks like he's spent. 15 seconds to go.
And this is not good for the man that was leading the show.
It's going to put Hooper all by himself on top of the overall standings, and Martins Lietzies is going to be in really good position heading into the final 2 events.
Martins will be regretting those deadlift choices right now, because if he got an extra 3 or 4 points on that, he could be in the driving seat.
Well, and we talked about that yesterday. You're not going to win the competition in the deadlift, but you could certainly lose the opportunity to win it.
You're 100% right. And we are seeing some shock results in this contest this year. We are in for an exciting battle.
That is going to be Andrade's first finish outside of the top 3. Mitch Hooper is going to be leading this competition all by himself, and Martins Lietzies.
Martins and Bryce Johnson did themselves a big favor there. And with Guardian and Burton in 3rd and 5th place, that will be helping them hugely as well.
Well, things got off to a good start for Andrade on the stones.
Yeah, he was very solid on those stones, just couldn't seem to get the sled drag moving as effectively as he wanted. And then I just think fitness.
Yep.
Conditioning is not his strong point. He is an absolute powerhouse for sure.
He's 6 foot 2 inches. It's 1.88 meters tall. So not the tallest guy either.
Not at that body weight.
So not an event that really stacked up well for him, but he's going to wind up in 8th place. Martins Lietzies picks up his first event win of the competition, and he absolutely needed that. Mitch Hooper takes 4th and is now your overall leader in the competition.
Big result there for Bryce Johnson.
Bryce Johnson and Martins Lietzies both were tied at 5th place, so both of them now rocketing up the overall standings and putting themselves closer to a spot on the podium.
We talked about Lucas Hatton and Trey Mitchell as being title contenders. Not a good result for those guys. And Martins could have been so much quicker as well. It was those last few inches that slowed him down, but an amazing, reckless a little bit at the start, but it's paid off. He dropped this stone a few times, but the man is showing why he is one of the greatest of all time. He's a man that's won every big title. He wants to try and win the Arnolds again.
And it would have been nice for him, obviously, to not have that struggle at the end, but
in the end, it didn't matter.
Just squeaked in.
That struggle's okay as long as you look back and you think, I got the maximum points.
2 events to go here. logs coming up next. So stay with us, everybody. We're going to take a break, but action continues at the 2026 Arnold Strongman Classic from Columbus, Ohio.